Hello there, if there's anybody out there. Right, let's get started. There you go, that's better. Okay, so it's probably just going to be me tonight because Lucifer can't make it, so I've had to put off Zombie Creeping Fresh. Zombie Creeping. Oh my god, here I go. I need a drink. Hang on, gonna get a drink. Right. We'll have Lafroig. Why not? Let's go for the Lafroig. Lovely sound. Even better sound. So, there we go. Give you a bit of water in here. There you go. Open it up. Hey, monkey. Yeah, now that I've done this, I should be able to say zombie creeping flesh. Yay, did it. Yeah, we were supposed to be looking at zombie creeping flesh tonight, but unfortunately, Lucifer can't make it, so we've put it off for a week, which is a good thing because I couldn't find my copy to watch anyway, so I need to go digging for it. So, what are you on tonight, monkeys? What are you drinking? Got to tell you, the old StreamYards seems to be very slow. So if I'm really taking a while answering any questions, it's technology doing its thing. So I said I would only ever work on this page, but when I was live, well, I lied, as you can see, because I've got the double page spread going here. You can't beat the old grouse for the go-to whiskey. There we go. I had to restart my machine just before I came on there, so hopefully we're not going to have it throw me out. If it does, that'll confuse everybody, because Lucifer's not here with his guitar. Yeah. Just get a couple of wee lines to put down here, and then that's all the line work done. Even though if I'm, yeah, I'll do that. Just, slightly worrying there that my when I restarted my machine, my Wacom said, "Welcome to your new Wacom Cintiq," which was a bit worrying because it's over a year old. So I don't know what that was about. Oh, bells! Back in I don't know, the late 70s, early 80s, I don't know. Bells was all right. It's just a bog standard whiskey to drink. But yeah, it's not been good for like the last 3 or 4 decades, I don't think. Yeah, I think it's the same as Black Label. It's kind of like it's not the whiskey it used to be. Saying that, you put a bit of ginger ale in it. It's not bad. Right. TV hours up here. I accidentally deleted my blue line work for the rest of it. Which, sorry, I've got most of it done anyway. So I'm back to drawing in Photoshop a little bit, just because I'm going to be doing all these pages live. So you can see Elsa Dark come to life, and also to show you guys I'm actually working on it. Finished off last week. Was working in Charlie's London's project. That's all done and dusted. So I'm raring to get my teeth into this because it's full on fantasy. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's going to be gory as well. Without saying. So it's you and me just now, not my monkeys. These wee thing you see, I think I might have mentioned this before, but things like that, and some of the pages of Elsa Dark, you see them because I just kind of like sometimes this time using the stylus or the pen, I might end up with a wee dot somewhere. Right, cool. Oh, I'm drinking this far too quickly. It'll probably change. I usually go in and noodle about with hair. There's a few wee details I've not got right in her costume. It's not as if I designed it or anything. Yeah, there's one or two wee bits I will probably go and redraw even after I've coloured it. But I kind of know what they are. I need to make sure I get those blood spatters just right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start colouring this. That's my grid lines. Tell you what, I forgot because I'm doing this as perfect bound. I need kind of like these lines here and here. They're kind of like the gutters. So because it's perfect bound, I need even more space in the centre of the book to make sure that I don't get any words disappearing. Get bigger and bigger by the day, this book. Right, got my reference stuff in here I brought in from previous issue. Up here, just so I can get my colours I'm going to be working with. I'm not going to be working with quite these colours because it's a different time of day, but I want to make sure that I get it as consistent as possible. So what we'll do is I'll just grab her here. Did I pull that up there? I did. I'll copy and paste on it. I'm sitting here in the dark and I can't see my keyboard. There we go. Bring her up here. That's a girl. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what Photoshop's for. Really, it's become it's been adopted by artists and graphic designers back in the day because it's all that was there, and it's this habit more than anything that makes me use it. I do most of the drawing now on Sketchbook Pro. I should really dive into Procreate because most of this was drawn. You saw me do a wee bit last week, but most of this stuff, excuse me, whiskey's coming back to me. This whole panel down here was drawn on my iPad, and then I just bring it over. This was drawn last year because I knew I was going to use it, and I did it just to get a wee video, just to the face, just the start of it. Right. Thor. So Devin Larray is fighting boxing. Thor the Mountain in place of Eddie Hall was blown a bicep. Right, so as I said, this isn't. I'm not saying boxing for arm wrestling. It's actually boxing. Yeah. I'm completely out of the loop with actual boxing. Like anything for after like 1980s, I'm completely out of the loop with. Oh, I forgot to draw that bit there. Okay, No. Sort that out. Right. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm going to be... Yeah, that's the one that you sent me, the first one you sent me, wasn't it? I'm going to have to get... I'm going to have to school myself a little bit on the arm wrestling before I do the over-the-top show with Statto. And like I say, if you want to drop on with me, let me know. If not, just let me know what I should be. I should know what I should be talking about, and make sure you're in the chat for that one. I'll make sure you know well in advance. We're going to do all the canon movies, I think. Not all individually, of course. That would drive us crazy. Probably drive people crazy by colouring like this. People say, "Wait, it just takes ages to do that," but it's kind of therapeutic. Yeah. The reason I did most of the work on this page, coming back to it after working in Charlie Chaplin stuff, is because it was so over the top. I already had an image of Ailsa drawn for it, because you kind of have to get back in the way of doing it again. You forget. I've got my model sheets that I've got made up for Ailsa, but you kind of forget stuff. So the first thing I did that was original was the werewolf Bampot hybrid, simply because you can have fun drawing things like that, and it's very forgiving for you, forgiving for you to just kind of like play around with it as you're drawing it. Didn't actually design a werewolf Bampot. I just drew it because, let's be honest, nobody's seen one. I think nobody's seen one. Two of these keys too close together, like pressing the wrong ones, like I just did there. Hey, Damon. We are colouring or flatting tonight. I've been kind of like diving into Twitter a teeny wee bit. I haven't really seen much, so I'll need to dive onto your channel I always like to catch up on all those quick sketches that you do. Yeah, you could be invaluable when we do this show, man. When did you get into arm wrestling anyway? What age was it when you started with the arm wrestling? Give it time. Somebody spoils everything with money. Wow, 30 years. Time flies though. You just don't even you look back. Or somebody asks a question like that, and you look back that you think, James, it's been that long. I need to turn the light on. I can't see my wee hand remote here. That's better. Oh, bear with me. Can you? Yeah, I'm doing the same. Because I'm working on this team, and it was a case of like, so I've left quite a lot of the, some of the rooms that I'm in. So like the CG UK ones, for instance, coming back, but it's just you go on Twitter, and even when you turn off notifications, it still shows you all the chatter. And if you're weak, if you're feeling weak, you go in and you start reading through it and stuff. But so it's Twitter's like I'll dive in the morning and my lunchtime, later on at night for a little bit. It's depressing right now anyway with all the news that is out there in the world. That's daft. Should be better. I'm just talking to myself here, guys. Sorry, it's just I managed to get a cord tangled up. Can it be experience? Can you? I was just wondering because you've got ARS at. Did you have to type that again because it doesn't let you type it? I was because I was on YouTube the other day and I found a comment that Cap left over a month ago, but YouTube had kept it back from me because they thought it might have had something in it that was offensive. Well, yeah, it did, but Didn't even know it was there. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and I'll go in, Demon, and I'll say something like once a week because it's about the only time I can get a word in or something. But yeah, it's tough to keep up with it all. Yeah, this is interesting. My remote control seems to have the buttons are set to default now, so I'm just have to find out where everything is. Okay, yeah, it's awfully nice of you monkeys. Yeah, I've got it set so some bad words can't be used. I think I did that at the start because, because I'm a college lecturer, so yeah, I need to behave myself, kind of thing, as best as I can. Well, you don't need to behave yourself, but I think it's a good idea to, yeah, set a good example, that kind of stuff. Okay, go on. Right, now, I don't know what I'm doing with the knife, to be honest with you. I don't know whether to make it jade or some other. It's going to be a gem. I know it's going to be a gem. It's carved out of stone, some kind of stone. But I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. Don't know how to turn that off. So I bought one of those mini pods that Apple do. They play the music today, and yep, it's that Siri thing is what it works with, and it's very entertaining when you've got a Scottish accent and you're using it. I have to say, but it's doing no bad. I'm training it. Managed to train it. I can pretty much get it to do what I want. Should have got one ages ago because I listen to music that much when I'm doing this work when you guys aren't here. Now I can just shout out what I needed to play. Don't know why it took so long getting something like that. Oops. Right. Yeah, I think so. Now that I think about it, Demon, some of those sketches you do, those guys have got rather large forearms. So yeah, I think the clues might have been there. Large forearm, this guy here. Right. What channel or what? I mean, where exactly can you actually watch the matches? I mean, is it a Sky thing or is it another channel or something that is on? Yeah, it's got you get because your characters remind me of the North Star. Showing my age. Exactly. Yeah, I suppose on YouTube the next day. Uh, the very first print run I did, not print run, the very first proof I did, Also Dark, before I took it to convention. I hadn't got my black levels and everything right, so all the colours were showing through as greys underneath. Thankfully, I got a proof. Because I'm looking at this right now and I'm going to have to sort out all my line art to make sure that everything is exactly black. And that's one of the problems with jumping between different softwares. That's a tooth. I think, is that a tooth or is that not a tooth? That's a tooth. $7.99's alright. Yeah. Backy the Grappler. No, I need to check that out, I think. That Fist of the North Star. It was on the old UK manga release. The old VHS. I should probably get a query of that. I don't know if the VHSs anymore, sold them all. Oh, wait a minute. Nah, I can fix that later. Oops. Not what I'm trying to do. All my tools are set up wrong. I should never have restarted this machine. should probably get some of that rights-free music when I'm on here more, just so you guys don't just have to listen to silence half the time. Yeah. Okay. Slap. Yeah, I've had slap fighting. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even going there. Doesn't have too much colour because I'm flattening it. He's actually got a bluey, purpley kind of werewolf. Where is slap fighting an actual thing, or is it just people farting around? Sounds like Monty Python. Or what was it the goodies did? The Black Puddings, Ecky Thump. I'm gonna have to check that out, Demon. That's I don't know what colours I'm going to go with his clothes in this issue, because I want him to be before he turns into a wolf to be wearing the kind of like a 1980s tank top and all that kind of Malarkey. $400,000 subs he's got. Oh, I'll maybe go into his chat someday and see if I can get a few that can come over here. I'm not going to do anything with the Sky, because all the Sky is in the first two issues, or most of the Sky is in the first two issues, where I own photographs that I had used. So I take photographs of clouds, bring them in, and then play around with them in Photoshop. Did it for one page, and I did the first comic without it, and then I went back over when I reprinted it for the first campaign, and did that for everything practically. Oops. I'm getting confused by my own lines. Oops. God, you know. It depends. I mean, it's taken me about a month to do these two because I've only been working on this for the most part when I've been on the stream. It really depends. It usually takes you about 3 or 4 days to do a page, just to draw it. But if it's action, like for instance today, I has her face bars mostly done. So I did the rest of that, and I did the piece down here today. So I did that this afternoon. So yeah, about 2 or 3 days to get the line work sorted. And I keep going and tweaking it, and I'm never happy with it. I should probably get somebody to just do the flatten and pay them, but because I keep going in and changing things afterwards, this is well that I just do everything myself. This is the first time I haven't completely lettered every page before I started drawing. I have an idea of how much copy is going to go on the page, so I'm not going to be covering things up that I've drawn. That's one of the reasons why I letter the page before I actually pencil it. It's because I don't want to draw a cityscape and then cover it with lots of narration. See, that's the thing about sitting at night having a wee drink on the internet. At least you'll remember you bought that. The worst thing is when things turn up that you bought for Amazon, and you're like, when did I buy that? Thankfully, that hasn't happened to me for a few years, but kind of colour and logo there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Oh, that there. I missed a bit. What I was talking about earlier there. I hope you can see it. This area here, right, that I've over and over, is the black line art. And this area here is the black line art with the colour under it. Now, what I have to do is I have to make sure for every page, once I've got them completed, that the black line art is completely black, so that it covers the colour underneath it. Otherwise, you get that showing up in the print job. CS2 is great though. I used that for quite a while. Yeah, tons of stuff on there. Like if you didn't know anything about the things that you can use in the other CS5 and CS Cloud, whatever it is. What do they call it? Just Adobe Suite now, isn't it? Because you do all of this just as easily in CS2. Oh, I don't know. I used to reel off tons of artists when you first start doing the circuit with all the kind of like the interviews and all the places and stuff like that. What I think, I don't know. I wait for people to tell me what they think, but most people don't say or the kind of can't see it. And what I try to do is I try to think about other artists when I'm doing something. So for what I'm doing with this third issue, I'm trying to think about Jack Kirby, not in the way that he drew so much, but in trying to make it as dynamic as I can. I think that I have in my blood 70s artists and inkers like Alfredo Alcala. I like their kind of like the way he renders. Jose Gonzalez was the artist that worked on a lot of the Warren comics, Vampirella, and pretty much everything that came after Warren's kind of crap. Rudy Nebres, artists like that. But I just, there's so many I just like. Because I've been reading a lot of those EC comics lately, I think I'm starting to do things a bit tighter. Because you look at what these artists did, Johnny Craig, Graham Ingalls back in the day, and I'm beginning to be slightly obsessed with the work that they did, which is good, you know, for do the show that I'm doing with Statto. Tried my hand at trying to do some manga style stuff years ago. But I couldn't quite get myself into it. By that I mean they kind of like the more mainstream look, the kind of like the guy that did the Dirty Pair, that kind of stuff. I can't remember his name right now. I think I'm forgetting people's names. The guy that was the artist that worked on Lone Wolf and Cub and Crying Freeman, I really liked his stuff. Their stuff, I should say. Especially the guy that worked in Lone Wolf and Cub. It's only Photoshop CS. You can get Photoshop CS2 online. You can find it and download it legally. So if you can do that, you can upgrade. Because a few years ago they gave it away. They gave away Photoshop CS2 and they gave away. I think they had Image Ready because they used to have Image Ready back in the day. Nah, I don't like that. No, I should leave that. They used to have it on their website. I don't know if they do anymore, but you'll be able to find it somewhere because of that. It's probably a fairly legit place as well. Probably, you know, go on CNET or something like that. You'll find it that way. Yeah, I don't think there was any artist I ever copied other than Big John Buscema because I had How to Draw Comics the Marvel way. But even then, I never really copied him. But I like the way they kind of set up. These are just flats, so the actual colour doesn't matter too much, but that is minging it. So I'll change that. Yeah. So Vestry's like his stuff that he did, because I kind of stopped reading mainstream comics in the 90s, apart from a few. But stuff that's so frustrated because I got the stuff he had when he was working in the X-Men, but I missed a lot of the stuff he did in Wolverine. But I bought an Essentials, the old black, the ones with the black and white, printed on newsprint and that kind of thing, really cheap. So I got an Essentials which was full of his work. It was in black and white. His stuff just looks great in black and white. Yeah. I have this kind of like a battle. It's like a battle with myself when I'm doing something. So the work is always somewhere between trying to go for like a realistic look and a worse look at the same time. So it's like I don't know, Edo Alcala working on Dean Colin's pencils or something. It's like I keep fighting with myself. There you go. I say so. Whatever happened when I restarted my Mac, everything's changed. All my shortcut buttons from my remote control for my Wacom are going back to factory settings. So I don't know what that's about. Why did I make them that colour? I've been brushing up and doing some proper drawing today, as I call it. Some, from life type stuff. So when I get back to college, I'm able to show the kids how to, do still lives and life drawing and all that kind of thing. Illustration's just it's different. It's different kind of discipline, really. I want to make that jade, that dagger. I want to make that jade, but I don't know. I'm going to do a bit of research into stems and stones and stuff like that and see which is the best one that I can fit in for the ceremony of the wolf that has the most weird history attached to it. I do actually research a lot for these comics, most of which people wouldn't even know I'm researching stuff. I'll do that there. That's a horrible colour, but it's not bad actually. I can work with that. So I've pretty much flatted most of this page or panel. Oh, what have I done again? I'm going to have to pour myself another drink, I think. Obsidian dagger. Yeah, well, I was wanting to do this as... I was wanting to do this as an Aztec kind of ceremonial dagger for, sacrificial dagger. That was the idea, but they're all very short kind of blades. So I'll make something up that doesn't exist because I'll probably make it part of the other world mythology. But it is, the whole idea is it's made to look like it was like forged or carved or chipped away, by very primitive people. So it's very, very old. The quickest I've ever flatted any panel. You guys will know what's happened to I think it's the first time he's not dropped by. Right, let's have a look. It's going to be. I wasn't too bothered what I was doing there. I wanted to do. I was kind of going. Yeah, as Flint is kind of like I wanted to kind of have that kind of look, you know. But Aztec Gold. Ooh, yeah, that's a good call. Aztec Gold. Hang on a minute. That went a wee bit funny there. Oh, what have I done? I'm drawing on the background. That's a daft. I actually probably don't need any more booze. That's it, it's working now. Just to remind me. That's a good call. I'll have a wee look and see. I might just do that. Good. Ooh, I've had another idea. With the cold. Right, okay. This is a good way to up and write the details for your comic. I'll just ask you guys. What should I make with this? What should I do? Tell me now, please. Let's see. You're too organised, Al. Seriously, how organised is this? Normally, I would have done all the flesh tones at the one time and everything, but because I've worked them in layers and in groups tonight, I'm not doing that. And the reason that I'm working with them that way is because I'm jumping between my iPad and my Mac. It can be quite annoying because the iPad, when I'm working on Sketchbook Pro, the world's best free drawing program. In fact, even one of the best drawing programs out there, let alone free. When I'm working with that, it does have a unfortunate side effect of making everything 72 dpi. So I have to remember when I export it as a PSD file, it doesn't let me choose the DPI, so I have to change it when I get it into my Mac. I should probably just make an action for that. I'm the world's worst for not using actions. They're great. And if anybody's wondering, an action in Photoshop is like where you can record yourself doing something, and then you just need to press that button that you recorded to do the same action again. So you make a selection like I'm making here. I could press record on the action, make a selection, do the fill, and then press stop. Next time I want to, do that with something, I can press the action. It will do it for me. That's a bad example because it won't make a selection for me. But other things will do. Yes, back in Sparta shouldn't be there. It should be down here. That should be up there. Right, this is never a good idea to be jumping between different layers. Oops, and drinking at the same time. Never a good idea. don't know what that's like. Freud is one of those whiskies where I never buy it, and I always, it's one of those ones I always get it when I'm out, because you know if you're somewhere that they will offer a Freud, that's nice. But my nephew got me a bottle for my Christmas, so yeah, probably buy another bottle when I finish this one. Tell you what, I was watching. Oh, it's lovely stuff. No, it's oh yeah, it's like, yeah, it's almost like no, I don't, and I've never smoked. Uh, but I feel like I feel like I want to when I'm drinking it. Tell you what, we go well with it. Nice wee bit of smoked salmon, sort of like marinated in some whiskey itself. And a few wee oat cakes. Oh man. So what platform? So Infinite Painter, is that you're using it on Android? Can you get a desktop version of that? Or I always like to try all these ones. Sometimes you find that one or two just do things differently and do things better, and that's why I like to jump between different applications. Oops, excuse me. Oops, I lost you for a minute there, guys. I'll minimise, I couldn't see you. You're back. Yeah, I've had Adberg. Yeah, I remember liking it fine. Yeah, I may have to buy another one. I may try it again. But I'm not too sure. Yeah, I remember liking it fine. Yeah. See, when you can't quite remember exactly what you thought of a whiskey. That's, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'll give it a wee look anyway, even in the tablet. I'll give it a wee look. here. I wish I would stop. I should probably just go in and program these again. That would be a good thing to do. But I'm in the zone. Even if that isn't. Ah, it's the John Wick whiskey of choice. Funky stuff going on in this. I'm trying to go back to like influences. I'm thinking of Jack Kirby for dynamism and sort of like for sort of an idea of double page spreads. And I'm thinking again of like these European artists, and a lot of them worked in British comics back in the day, especially in girls' comics. And just having things flow where there's no panels. So using like blood spatter and hair and things like that to flow from one panel into the next. So it's going to be like what I was doing in the latter half of the second issue, the first campaign. The majority of this comic is going to have that kind of feel as a kind of like a. I think you should give it a constant sense of movement and a kind of dynamic quality. After the first couple of pages have got a more traditional kind of look to them. I would like to start with that way and then kind of go crazy. Cheers, monkeys. I was hoping to get this all sorted and done, on time and not be late with it, but because I was working in that other book as well for Charlie and that wee thing called the lockdown, and everything just kind of like get pushed back. So I'm at full steam ahead with this now. The only unfortunate thing is I was hoping to get Tales of Mystery sorted and out for Halloween, but that's just not going to happen, I don't think. So I think I will get it out for Christmas. So I'll make a cracking Christmas present for people. And I'll probably do a Christmas variant cover with Tatty Bogle Man in a Santa suit, like an EC style. Zoom right in. I think we talked about this last week for the guys about why you shouldn't be zooming in because you should be doing it at the actual 100% because you're zooming in and you're like, oh, it looks terrible. That was awful, Of course, it's not going to look like that because we're on a lovely A4 130 grams silk paper. Or maybe, I don't know, about 130, maybe 120 if it's going to be perfect bound. I don't know. I'll do a proof first, so I'll know. Get the proof done. See what it looks like. can tell when you get a campaign and it turns up on the doorstep and you open it, you can tell the ones that haven't had a proof. It's really worth getting one. Like an actual print proof done. Oh, damn it. I like to put the every typo in on purpose though. Yeah, right. They do slip in first editions. That look as if it's going to his arm. I might have to do a wee better. I need a teeny bit more work on that one. Yeah, they might well. Because I know, I just know from having to work with. I think they've been really good, to be honest. I mean, I haven't drawn anything. I've helped out with some stuff, but I haven't drawn anything in the actual main book, and that's the one where they're poured over it. Because mine's an add-on. I didn't have to change anything or do anything really. I just it was done and it was in, so that was good. But no, I actually got a really good relationship with them. So yeah, and she's already got the plans for the next one and everything sorted. So I wait to get the whole thing. It's going to look amazing, the whole kind of campaign together. I was proud of myself. Because I wrote myself into a corner in the last the last issue, and I went, I can't be able to get out of that. I'll sort it out. What am I doing here? I was proud of myself because I can't tell you because it's a major spoiler. But I had a eureka moment where I went, oh, that's how I get out of this corner that I ripped myself into. It wasn't like a major plot point or anything. It's one of these situations where I had a set piece and I was like, how do I make this work? This set piece. And it came to me like, some kind of sort of like a unearthly figure just whispered into my ear. Maybe Mr. Jack Daniels for all I know. Anyway, anybody going to do a comic, here's a wee bit of advice. Don't put werewolves in it. So much here to draw. So many werewolf books out there, which is slightly annoying because although my book has werewolves in the title, it's got werewolves in it. They're actually Rover, they're different. It's really not about werewolves. It's not about them. So there's just so many. I don't know why that's so many werewolves. I'll be ending the year out with Tales of Mystery, the hardcover and softcover version. And then next year I'm just going to be doing the one book that I'm working on. It might be the next volume, Eels of Dark, but I don't know. It may not be. Oh, Indiegogo. An email's asking, oh God, I'm late. What can I do? Hey, Carly. Hey, nice seeing you there. World's Comics Review. I'm going to be sending out a new update with this image in it. Let people know that I'm actually still working on the book. It's going to go flying now. The guys there are going to be working on it. I might even do the odd impromptu sort of stream during the day or whatever while I'm working on this. Right, yeah, it rings a bell. That, yeah, but no, I think I'd forgotten. Most expensive film ever made. Yeah, yeah, that was quite fun. That show. That's done well. It seems like a lot of people are searching for Rambo. We're due. It's weird because I never got notifications for anything in the last few weeks because I've got Tatty Bogoman following just so that I can get notifications come through just to make sure things like that are working, and they're doing. It seems quite random at times. Maybe put a wee. So I'll do that just now. Put a wee tweet or something. Let people know that we're here. This is where it all goes to tits up, guys. Is that I'm going to open YouTube. It's absolutely boiling here tonight. Oh yeah, wise guy was here to say make sure to subscribe and like because I always forget. There we go. Live just now. page. Oh my, amazing one finger typing with my left hand there. So I don't know, I probably typed all kinds of words that are different there. Colour Apache of Ayla Dark. Yeah, that's not right, is it? Let's put a YouTube, not YouTube, Twitter's just depressing these days. There you go, have it. And I'll stick it in. There you go. Shut that down now. Right, I can see you guys now. That's how I'm seeing things as well. It's like I didn't even know. I mean, I'm not going into that many chats now because I'm in work mode when I'm doing this stuff. But yeah, same as you, I've just seen things turning up on my YouTube page, and I'm like, oh, that's streaming. So there you go. But you know, I'm going to redraw these bits of belts simply because they're actually not right. No, not right. But the colours will probably be in roughly the same place. So, yeah. The US date, it still does it with me as well, monkeys. It's not just that, it's having to think about EST time too. It's like thinking about the 5 hours, the 6 hours, what is going on here. Yeah. Oops, easy. Close enough. Oh. I'm using a wee dial on my remote control to increase the brush size. It's a wee bit zippy since it's reset itself. It's the simple things though. It's the simple things that do it. Probably turn my guidelines off actually, but like I say, this area here, that's my gutter, that's going to get cut, and this is a safe area, so there's a good chance that might get cut into. So I've got everything worked out in my grids just to make sure things work out okay. So what I printed before that I did all this for with, and still managed to with it badly in the guillotine. Not bad. Let's see, we've been here about an hour and a half. That's about I'd probably do that in 45 minutes if I wasn't doing it on here and drinking whiskey. That's good. I've got an idea of something I want to do, because I want to bring in, like I say, I've got photographs of the clouds I'm going to bring in. I've taken myself, and I kind of want to bring them into this as well. So the clouds come over and they will pull this together, as it were, the 2 pages together here, bring them over double-page spread. The same way as I'm going to start bringing some of this into here. You can see what I'm doing, can you? Some of this here into this here, this area here into this area here. So, like I was saying, just playing around with not having panels for every page, especially with the violence and the action. Yeah, that's the thing. You think they're going to speed you up, and it's never that way. It took me just a wee bit of getting used to use like a tablet, a screen tablet, and that's only because I was used to using your normal kind of Wacom tablets, where you are drawing on the desk and looking at the screen, and some people find that really difficult to do, that disconnect. You're looking at the screen while you're drawing. I always found it easy. So I actually found it, it took me a couple of hours to just get my head around actually drawing on the screen. And now it's like, I get my head around drawing on paper now, because I'd rather draw on screens. Hey Pete, hello, how you doing? Good to see you, my man. Bit off after dinner. Been there. Is it really hot down there? Because it's boiling up here. That's exactly what I did the other day. Nodded off after my dinner. Why does she have grey teeth? Doesn't matter. It's just a flaw. I'll sort it out when I go in and do the final colours. So yeah, this is a drawing I did ages ago of Elsa, and I knew when I did it that it was going to come in the latter quarter, the final act of the last issue. I just didn't know exactly how it was going to fit in the page. Passing. Yeah. It's one of the occupational hazards of having a glass or three of a wine with your dinner, I suppose. Because that's how it works for me. I do all the colours. Flats are practically my colours. So I'll do the colours with flats, and then I'll go in with the highlights and the shadows. And then I might do another kind of like variation in between. Oops, what did I do there? Thinking of like how would this look if it was printed old school with a bit of, on some newsprint or something. It's okay, Pete. It's just me actually doing stuff tonight, getting something done. Oof. That's a cold August, yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is in the necropolis. It's Ailsa versus Mr. Goodwin. I think I might give him his monocle during this fight. I like the idea maybe that he should have his monocle. I might go and throw his monocle in. The idea that his monocle never leaves him. Yeah, I think you might do that. But yeah, there's it's not really spoilers. Some of you have read the first ones. What I'm doing is I've got Ailsa having to face off with him. Well, on the other side of the necropolis, Pure Umir's facing off with the Bampots, or at least one of the Bampots. Between two epic battles. I've got the making of practically laid out, still to write it, but I've got all the images down there. And I've got an image of the third Bampot that is no longer in Ailsa Dark. So you'll be able to see, anybody who's get the making of will be able to see what the third Bampot looking like. I think I might just drop a colour in there, just take the white away from my eyes. World Whiskey. You've piqued my interest with that one. I watch Ralphie, because Not My Monkeys kind of put me onto Ralphie. So you watch Ralphie and then you start going through them. It's like this wee guy and his bothy reviewing whiskies. And then he will have his picks, this is his top three. And you're kind of like, see the prices, and you're like, I would feel, I don't know, I would feel guilty spending the money that he's spending in some of these whiskies. I don't want to feel guilty for it, but I feel guilty for something. It's just not right. Although if I had the money, so 800,000. Wow. Right, so let's go with that just now. That'll do the job. So yeah, if you're getting Indiegogo asking if you've got your book yet, yeah, you will get your book, don't worry. And it will be 12 pages longer as well. What was I thinking doing that? What's going on there? Why is that not changing? Oh, that's because I'm up here. That's daft. That's daft. Bring it down here. Big Clive. Not like Dome. I shall give Big Clive a check. Now, I used to keep all my kind of flat colours on separate layers back in the day. I don't know why I did that. Of course, it makes a lot more sense to just keep all your flats on the one layer. There's not a live stream on Thursday, but the supercut for Maniac is 25 minutes or so long, so please do come along and join us. And Maniac, the Maniac live stream seems that long ago, and even I'd forgotten what we said when I was editing the thing together. Idea of the handle, which you can't really see here because you're holding it, is that it's carved out of human bone. Definitely got to check out Big Clive. That's interesting. you guys into a little kind of like secret, seeing it's just us. I don't think I've drawn these guns the same twice. The gun looks different every time I draw it. Like this. So I may go back and redraw the guns and check, or I might not, because you know they look of alike of a similar type of gun. But if anybody knows their guns, they'll be like, hey, well, that's not a gun. And you're that dark, nobody would probably notice. Yeah, that's what I forgot to do. But give them some drops of saliva. When you do that, get some saliva coming out there. So if things are on track next week, I will be talking about zombie creeping flesh with Lucifer Storm. So you didn't miss that, Pete. At least that would have been terrible if you missed that. So I think we'll probably try and get that done next week, but don't quote me on that because I might be still wanting to get this stuff done. Whoops. I might push it back a week. What am I doing? There you. I really should just reset all these. I will probably. I'm not doing it right now, but I'll show you what I do. I usually create a layer on top and I come in and then I add little highlights and stuff that I end up missing out on. Like that. But then look, yeah, actually they're not bad. I'll just leave them. Maybe do it properly. How many attempts have you made to get through it? I honestly have got no recollection of the movie whatsoever. I'll probably once I start watching it, I'll be like, "Oh, I know what I'm watching," but no, it's not jumping out at me. It's one that I've ever revisited since VHS days, and I do have a copy. I've got a DVD of it somewhere. I think I'm probably going to end up getting Blu-ray because you get it quite cheap on Blu-ray. Oh no, he's fine. I think he's just sacrificing somebody or something. You know Lucifer, Prince of Darkness. Got you. You know. Hello there, Country Crawfish. Hi, thanks for joining us. Yeehaw, indeed. We're on the malt whiskey tonight. It's a Lefroy, not my monkeys, partaking of the famous grouse. Please join us for a drink. Yes, Apple said he would join us if I was streaming for 2.5 hours. It would have to be after that. So I don't think Statto will be joining us because I'm not going to be streaming for 2.5 hours. Saying that, I've done 2 right now, so you never know. So a reference here that I brought in, and that was just to get colours, just to make sure that I'm not going off model for the characters. Yeah, so yep. There we go. Got scars right. It was easy for that because it's practically the same pose, same 3/4. Army SWAT. Actually, that reminds me of like not much happening. Lots of Army SWAT. Actually, that reminds me of a film, which I'm sure you guys must have seen, called Ninja Mission, which came out back in the day. It was a huge hit on VHS. Terrible, terrible film. So awful. In fact, perfect, perfect film to get Statto to watch. Yeah. Torture him with it. But yeah, it was kind of like that. It's kind of like not much happening, lots of army kind of SWAT kind of stuff, and it's like, as far as I can remember, truly awful movie. I need to watch it again. Now, I'm experimenting with where I want to put my shade and my light. And I'm not being all that fussy about how I would do it, but it might not be my final one. The way I'm doing this. I have done something daft when I've combined these layers. I get rid of a layer that had some definition on this hand, but it doesn't matter. I'll come back to it and do it again. The definition, not the whole hand. Yeah, it's a really awful movie. I need to watch that. Exactly. I only get worked up about expensive kind of like movies that don't work or do something that annoys me. But, when it comes to low budget stuff, I'm really forgiving. Forgiving. Getting messy with this. I'm out of ink, so sometimes I like to print out the line art just to see that I'm okay with the kind of like level of detail. That will be fine. But when you zoom in, it just looks terrible. A hairy 6. Yeah, that's blood. That's blood. She has, unfortunately. Oh, that's what I forgot. I had a wee bit of spatter on that as well. She's had the previous page. I can't actually tell you what happens in the previous page. Exactly what happens in the previous page. Because it's spoilerific. But she does end up, as you can see, she loses her jacket. She gets in a hell of a state. She gets quite a lot of scratches on her. And those fangs. Interesting. Nope, she's not a vampire. Down a bit. Come on a little bit. I always duplicate my layer in case I really screw things up and I don't like what I do. That looks alright. Actually, that looks not bad. Warning, danger, danger. Yeah, you're right there. Country crawfish. That's I'm getting so fed up with all the big budget green screen stuff. One of my favourite comic books, because you know I'm a Bronze Age guy. One of my favourite comic books as a kid was Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. And oh god, the movie looks awful. Just, oh, just I didn't think I'm going to go and see it. It's like, how can you get something as cool as like a 70s Bruce Lee, Fu Manchu hybrid Bond spy drama comic wrong? It looks, they haven't even tried to get it right. So yeah, low budget's the way to go these days for your thrills. Right. Yeah, that makes it look even angrier. Cool. Yeah, I can see that. Confusing on the poster of people, isn't it? But yeah, no, I can see Emma as Elsa, definitely. Article about Chuck Norris in the old Marvel Kung Fu magazine. Yeah, I had a few of them. I bought one again. Not actually not the magazine. I bought one of the comics that I'd lost years ago again recently. One of the colour monthlies. But yeah, I had a few of the black and white ones. They're great. teeny wee bit of shading nearby in here. Very quickly. And then call it a night, because I've been working on this one most of the afternoon and then back to this evening, so that sounds like a back in a comic. Oh, what's your take on Way of the Dragon? I've always thought it's got some of the best martial arts in it, but it's definitely a real hodgepodge of an actual movie, which you expect for Hong Kong cinema, but I think even more so, that film. Time I saw Way of the Dragon, do I want you to do? Remind me. You arrived late. My remote control for my Wacom has reset itself back to factory settings, and so I can't remember what they are. First time I saw Way of the Dragon was on a dodgy VHS that I bought from an advert in the back of the Combat or Martial Arts Illustrated magazine, because they were cut here. And I was kind of weird when it came to the Bruce Lee films. Once I realised they were cut, I didn't rate them, and I went out of my way to try and find it to get uncut versions. And it turns out it wasn't that hard. I can understand why. I do like it. I like the whole Colosseum fight. But yeah, I can understand why. He does. He does look a bit like a plodder next to him, but he was a karate champion at the time, though, wasn't he? So that's what Bruce Lee liked to do. He liked to make sure that he was actually beating real champions when he was fighting them in his movies. Get a wee bit of an ego, I think. I really liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but that Bruce Lee scene annoyed me. I could see what he was doing with it, though, but it just kind of annoyed me. I kind of like Game of Death. I think because it's almost like a Gonzo type martial arts movie. Yeah, ego in film, surely not exactly. Tell you what, I've started to play while I'm working, and I'll look up every now and then when the slow motion fight scenes kick in. Kung Fu with David Carradine. That was my well, one of my favourite shows as a kid. Actually, it stands up quite well. It's not bad. You sure? Of course, it's highly problematic these days. So, anyway. Right. You like your kind of quality 70s TV shows? Oh, stop that. You'll probably like Kung Fu. Um, I'm going through like a phase of revisiting shows that I liked but I haven't seen since they were originally shown. So Kojak, I watched the whole first season of Kojak. That's a great show. Kojak's great. Even the bad episodes are worth watching because Tevez Savalas is so much fun to watch playing Kojak. Their knees. Most of that shit, I don't think. I saw that. I think I'm going to get that. Get Raw Force. I have. Yeah, that is bonkers. I think I saw it for just £8 or something. Professionals, yeah. Sweeney, definitely. I like the Sweeney movies. Totally. First and the second one. I'll need to revisit them now that you've mentioned them. Yeah, you're right there. They don't. They kind of like they know how to shoot a scene. A lot of it's obviously economy. The time they've got and so on. Oops. That wasn't me pressing the wrong buttons. That's just the whiskey. Right. So that pretty much flattered with a couple of the shadows already started. See, I keep my clean flats layer underneath, just in case I want to go back and change it and I don't like it. Oops. Yeah, I remember. I should probably revisit MIPD Blue because it's one of these ones you could half watch while you're working. I remember being really put off by the shaky cam moving about. There was no reason for it. But at the same time, there was the show called Homicide: Life in the Streets, and they did that as well. But they did it. It was kind of better because they did feel almost documentary still. So I stuck with that, and they had like kind of David Mamet, people that worked on that. Or I might just be getting mixed up because he made a movie called Homicide. No, it was Barry Levinson. He was the guy that was involved in getting that started. Homicide: Life in the Streets. So I did enjoy Homicide, but yeah, in my PD, but I couldn't get into it because of the way they filmed it. Giving Hill Street Blues another watch as well. This all gets tidied up when I come in and add the wee bits of highlighting detail. It was Pete's birthday. Was it yesterday, Pete? Say a happy birthday to you, or a belated happy birthday to you. Got no idea what that film is, but it sounds bonkers. Comics review, it sounds bonkers. I'm going to go back to modern a bit. Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Well, Shang-Chi and the 100 Rings or whatever it is. There was a clip they released which looked half decent of them fighting on a scaffolding. But there's one scene where he kicks a guy and there's no real contact when he kicks him. And I thought to myself, Jackie Chan would have made sure there was full body contact in that kick. And he would have undercranked the camera to make it more exciting. It's almost as if American filmmakers are really, really scared of undercranking cameras in case it looks silly. But if it's done properly, because they did it in the Connery Bonds back in the day as well. If it's done properly, it really helps add to the excitement of a scene. And so the fight scene in the Shang-Chi that I was watching just looked lethargic compared to the kind of stuff Jackie Chan was doing decades ago. Yeah, I get my age mixed up as well. What year? I'm just dead out. Like, what year is it? That's what I have to say to myself when I'm trying to work. What year is it just now? That's what happens when you get to your 50s. Yeah, under cranking and taking his clothes off. Some of them are under cranked a bit too much, but You've got the grouse doing the typing for you. That's why. Tell you what, I'm feeling peckish. I'm back on my fasting. I like to fast every now and then, and I'm currently in the part of my fasting window where I'm not supposed to be eating. So I could murder a KFC. Not that I've actually had a KFC for years. I saw an advert on the side of a bus shelter saying you can get a bucket for $4.99. And since I've seen that advert, I've kind of wanted to buy a bucket of KFC chicken for $4.99. So there you go. It's the insidious power of advertising for you. Oops. The thing is, guys, see when I'm here on my own and I'm just actually working, I still do things like say whoops. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I was just being funny when I said. I think even the scene where I don't know, even the scene where he maybe flicks the fan might be speeded up. I know most of the fights were like if you watch the fight at the start of fight at the start of Thunderball, and the Lazenby fights as well, and uh, the great on the Marcy Secret Service, the undercranking kind of work. So they do, and it helps that you had Peter Hunt was the editor on the films and director of that one, so he had good sense to know how to cut them and edit them together. Yeah, just do that. Right. Yeah, that's better. Werewolf called Whoops. Werewolf man boobs. Whoops. Fight with Robert Shaw is brilliant. It's Robert Shaw is still one of the best bad guys in any movie, even let alone just the Bond movies. Just Red Grant is just such a good character. He plays him brilliantly. We are going to do a ranking show of the Bond films at some point. Next week we're doing the full moon movies. That should be interesting. But I think the next ranking show after that, I think we're going to do the Bonds once I've got Daniel Craig out of the way and done a show with Statto on his movies. Yeah. That's what I loved about Bond, which I don't know if it's there anymore. It kind of is, I suppose, but he should be a snob. It's like I'm just accepting your comments, knowing that you're on the kind of like the grouse is doing the typing for you, monkey. But the idea that his snobbery is what actually, uncovers, the fact that Ray Grant's a bad guy. He's just Bond's like he's doing, obviously he's just into it because red wine with fish. What an animal. I had a rosé with fish last night. I don't know if that's a crime or not, but a rosé is really just a white wine that looks red-ish. Now, I think I'm right with this. The actual fights in the Connery Bonds, and especially in the Lazenby one, were a big influence on Hong Kong action cinema, the Jackie Chan type, and even Bruce Lee, I suppose. But that's probably why they are doing undercranking. I think about it. Yeah. Hi there, Stato. Yeah, look at that. How's that for flattening? Actually flattening the pages and getting them done tonight. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, not my monkey, I do not want to say what I would rate as my top Bond or whatever, but when it comes to Bond girls, yeah, Daniela is dubbed. They always dubbed them. They always, you know, did that back in the 60s, even the 70s and the 80s. The Bond movies, but the hell am I doing? But yeah, she's gorgeous. Watched it. It must have been about 6 months ago. Tell you what, she's she would really, really annoy feminists. Her character, she's like it epitomizes what people think all the Bond girls are. Um, what I like, I said I was just going to do one thing, but I'm kind of in the groove now for just getting this flattered and getting the shadows in. haven't seen Adams in a while. He'd be proud of me tonight, actually getting some work done. Probably still slag me off for it, but you know. Don't like the last 10 minutes running around getting chased by a helicopter. You know, I used to be kind of like that. And then on recent watching, I kind of enjoy the last 10 minutes. I always think of the last 10 minutes as just like James Bond does North by Northwest. You know, that's how I approach it. And even though it's just slightly different with the action in the last bits, you've got the brilliant wee capper with Rosa Caleb and Pointy Toe. Yeah, another brilliant character. I've got page I'm going to be working on tomorrow on my iPad, so I'm going to be sitting with my feet up, and I've got Octopussy lined up as I'm going to watch Octopussy tomorrow when I'm drawing a page of Elsa, and I'll probably listen to the commentary afterwards as well with Roger talking about it, because his commentaries are great. Meat Market and Meat Market 2. Cheers for that. They're going straight onto the list. I'll get myself theirs. Okay, I'll get a wee watch of them. Okay. That's weird. What was that? This is how I roll. I just randomly select areas. And then realise that I shouldn't have. Zombie creeping flesh. I couldn't say that when I started up. Zombie creeping flesh, I was saying. Okay. Channeling Benny Hills. Karate Guy. But I had a quick swig of the Lafroig, and I was able to say zombie creeping flesh. You know, like my spinach. I watched Little Big Man recently. That's a good film. As you can see, I'm currently just watching anything for the 70s. Well, this cemetery is not quite so much in this particular page exact, but it is all my references. The necropolis in Glasgow, which is just a fantastic cemetery. Used to go there when I was bunking or just to make Pete laugh when I was dog in school. And when I was a college student, I would then go there for to take photographs and sketch. Yeah, so I think it's an highly malt. Oh, that's. I'm getting confused with what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to whack down. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to change that because it's not what I'm wanting for my flat. It's just I wanted something bright and close just so I can finish doing this. Bunking off. Yeah. Or did I? Right. Okay. That'll work. Can I show you? I'll bring in just to make sure I'm on point and stuff. So that's a page for the first. So it kind of shows you what I'm doing with the colours and stuff here. So just to make sure I'm not stylistically moving too far away from it. You can see changes from the first page of the first issue all the way up to what I'm doing right now. But there's a consistency there that I've just got to keep. I chose a style and I've got to stick with it. Even though it's one that I'm playing around with. Okay. Right, I think that's me for the night. I think that's not bad, is it? That's what I've done. So there you go. That's dead cold. That written up there. I finished this off today, and I've got all the flats and I've started doing the shading. So you guys check back with me next week. This will be completely done. In fact, you'll see it before then if you've backed the campaign, because I'll put out a new update just to let people know that I haven't, dropped dead or anything. That I'm actually working on this now. So yeah, that's not bad actually. Yeah. Oh, you should see the next page. I can't show you. You need to wait till you get the printed version. But yeah. Go for it. It's yep, swipe away. It's like what I'll do, because then what I do is I won't do it. I'll do it right now. I like to duplicate that because I quite like. This is what I do until I'm completely happy with stuff. So what I'll do now, I've got my flats that I'm happy with. I've got my shading that I'm happy with. Oh, that's bad. That's going to look terrible. But you know what? It's just to show you. That's going to be terrible too. So what I do now is I'll do not quite my highlights, but then I'll later on I'll add proper teeny wee highlights every now and then. So this is what I'll do now. So I'll go around like this, like so, deciding where I want to. Highlights, and then the entire colouring gets done that way. And then just the odd little bit of shading here and there that I do on top of it, just to kind of like draw people's eyes into certain areas or whatever. So I don't need to bother using gradients or anything and get it done. Yeah. Right, oh, cool. Night night monkey, if you're off. I'm just going to be off now as well. After doing that, I want to start doing all of this now, but I probably should get to bed. I'm there. That's funky. I need to sort that out. In fact, yeah, that's what I've done there, guys. You can see what I've done there. Got my rough pencils underneath. I'm going to flatten them as well. What I need you. I think you could safely say I'm a bam potter for doing that. And that's probably the Lefroy to blame, because I'm going to have to blame somebody. So I'll blame the whiskey. There you go, that's better. Oh, still here. I don't. Well, yep, I am going to call it a night. Thanks for joining me and for sticking around, guys. Next week is going to be, oh, hey, Ashen, cool. Next week is going to be, like I say, hopefully, it's going to be zombie creeping flesh. Forgot for a moment. I was thinking meat market. That's what I get, meat market now. So, yeah, but I'm on track. I'm on a roll. This is going to get done a lot quicker now that I'm just concentrating on this one comic. So, yeah, and a day or two, there'll be you'll see what the finished piece is when you get your latest update. And then you can tell Indiegogo that I'm on it. Not to worry. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you. Hopefully, see you for the premiere of the Maniac Supercut on Thursday at 8, and next Thursday we're going to be doing the ranking show for the full moon movies. Is Puppet Master better than Subspecies? Oh, who knows? We will find out. So, cheers, guys. Take care. Stay safe. I'm not going to play Criswell from Plan 9 because I keep getting copyright strikes every time I play it. And it's a movie that's not in copyright. Not copyright strikes, but copyright kind of like warnings. They're not strikes, can't remember what they're called. It's because there's a teeny bit of music at the end of it that is at copyright. See, you can't win, even with Plan 9 for outer space. Right, well, take care, guys. Good night.